Chandler, Arizona. Another veteran amateur here.
Yeah.
His 13th fight here as an amateur.
All right, I stand corrected. That is the most amateur fights we'll have a fighter have tonight. But yeah, I mean, this is a professional level fight. It really is. We'll talk more about his opponent in a moment, but Stephen Owens, I mean, 6 amateur wins. And the 5 defeats is a ton of cage time, and the 6 wins is a ton of amateur wins.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got more AMI wins than a lot of AMIs even have as fights before they even go pro.
Yeah.
And we got a sprinkled in draw there, you know, so he's really seen the full gambit of results as an amateur.
Yeah, like we said, Alex, sorry to interrupt, but like you said, a lot of times as an amateur, you'll take these fights on short notice. You'll get some short notice fights, and that means some losses in the amateur column or as an amateur that really don't matter. You're not getting paid. You're not. Once you turn pro, that's when the real thought goes into those fights.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got him in the cage. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Andrew Lauterbach.
All right, much like Rampage, Lauterbach prefers to be called Slaughterbock. Slaughterbock walking in the cage now. And I'll tell you, slaughter is the right adjective for this man, as he will nuke punches. He's got a tremendous ground game, but I'll tell you, it's really his overhand right. I mean, he just throws down, he throws malice into every shot. You know, he's a great athlete. He could have really chosen any sport, and he chose MMA. See, I've been waiting to see Lauterbach return here to the Fury cage. And he's a big, strong 55er, but I was looking at him at weigh-ins, and I'll tell you, his opponent, Stephen Owens, is another big 55er. I mean, I know we've said this kind of all night, but this truly, of all the amateur fights, this one I think is kind of closest to the pro level. Great matchmaking. Owens a little bit older at 31 to Lauterbach's 22. Both guys coming in right at the limit. 5'11 versus 5'10. Lauterbach with a slight reach advantage. He brings a great intensity to this Lauterbach. And I'll tell you, he's got a well-rounded game, a good clinch game, a great grappling game. But I'll tell you, it's the power and diversity in his striking, especially in his boxing, that makes him such a fan-friendly fighter to watch.
Yeah, looking extremely lean, even on fight night. You know, remember, sometimes these guys cut 7 to 8 pounds the last day, and so you see him at weigh-ins, and then you see him in here, and sometimes they look a little different. Man, he looks just as ripped today as he did yesterday at weigh-ins.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he had spent some time in Thailand training before this fight camp had started. Always got a smile on his face. Brings a real thunder into the cage as he crosses that line. All right, another one. Just cannot wait to see this fight unfold. Here's Wayne.
The following contest, brought to you by SheathUnderwear.com, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Lightweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in at 154.6 pounds. Fighting out of Chandler, Arizona, he holds an amateur record of 6 wins, 5 losses, 1 no contest. Here is Stephen Ironside Esparza Owens. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This Kung Fu fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, at a perfect 155 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an undefeated amateur record, 3 wins, no losses, 1 no contest. This is Andrew Lauterbach. Your referee in charge of the action, Danielle Guevara.
That's cool. I've not heard the fight name Ironside. There's an old Viking tale of a jumping front kick there from Lauterbach. Well, this fight didn't take long to get started at all. Guys kind of collide in the middle. So exchanging strikes and grabs here in the clinch.
Oh, man.
Ironside jumps to Gilly on Lauterbach.
Yeah, that's in there, too, Alex. He's got the hands. He's got it underneath the chin. You can see the hairline. That's usually an indication that the head is sliding out. But, man, he's still got a tight grip on that neck.
Yeah, you see Lauterbach looking to hand fight. I guarantee you this is very uncomfortable. He gives a thumbs up to Lauterbach. It's always a bit dejecting as the person going for the submission to see a thumbs up while you're trying to choke him to sleep. And Lauterbach pops his head out. But yeah, Ironside, the old Viking kind of wives' tale, he fought 100 battles and never once got cut. Ironside's kind of like a cool folklore. Look it up. Amon Amarth actually has a really cool song, but that's how I know about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, thinking about it now, it's a tremendous fight name. But as a Lauterbach, and Lauterbach's looking to make him pay for that Gilly attempt.
Yeah.
See, it's a nice little body lock duck under. Lauterbach's the kind of guy to pick you up and slam you to do damage instead of dragging you down to the ground. But you see the left leg there of Ironside hooking on the calf of Lauterbach, making it really hard to get lifts. We saw Benson Henderson kind of pioneer that in the cage back in his fighting prime. Really good head position there from Lauterbach. Fights that start like this can just be grueling. Really pay attention to the forehead positioning there of Lauterbach. That's keeping Ironside nice and tall as he changes levels, and it's a monstrous double leg dump. He has more back exposure. Ironside builds his base right back up to his feet. Good lift and successful mat return. I mean, Lauterbach just all over him.
Yeah, man, what a pressured pace here in round one by Lauterbach, and just relentless.
I mean, there is a potential Kimura from there, but they're really hard to find leverage when there's full back exposure. Again, not impossible by any means, but super challenging.
Yeah, it's hard to be strong with that downward pressure because you're almost giving them the pressure they need to lift you also. And so it's really difficult to be strong pushing down on that top
We
glove.
actually saw Andrade, you know, pick up and dump Rose and knock her out kind of bad in the UFC years ago while she was in on that Kimura from Lauterbach. This was 3 minutes of super high octane clinch fighting. These dudes would probably be glad to have a minute off. Nice. I just think from aggression alone, you got to give that one to Lauterbach. Albeit the Ironside guillotine attempt was decent, but short-lived. Man, I was hoping to see this guy strike at range. You guys will just, I'm telling you, you're going to watch Lauterbach just bomb very technical overhand rights.
Yeah, and he's choosing not to take his stool, and so showing that the cardio is always intact, and really big motor on Lauterbach.
Yeah, about my 40th pro fight in, I was curious. I was like, is standing better than the stool? So I tried it. After round one, I stood up, and then after round two, I sat down. And now, granted, I would have to do the same test, but in the reverse order to see if I felt any different. Plus, the pacing of the fight plays a huge, you know, the factors are so all over the place. But I actually enjoyed the stool a little bit more than standing up.
Yeah.
Personally, I know it's a preference. It really is.
I enjoyed the stool and just never getting off of it.
Yeah, you'll see. We'll see that every once in a while too. And these guys are picking up right where they left off. Ironside. Oh, big left hook there from Lauterbach. Overhand left there from the southpaw Ironside.
Alex, I fought my last fight, you know, almost like 14 years ago. I was 35 years old, and I always tell everybody, the only reason nobody saw it, I ended up winning in the third round, but the only reason nobody saw it was the same night Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva fought.
Oh, man.
Where Chael beat him up for 4 rounds and then lost.
Yep.
So we were competing against that. So otherwise, I'm sure the world would know.
That's some stiff competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, both guys, and this is kind of what I want to see here personally. I mean, these guys are both throwing down. Ironside being the southpaw does kind of change the dynamic of the power punching style of Lauterbach, but only narrowly. Lauterbach also has a tremendous low kick. You've seen him throw that switch kick upstairs, but Ironside has been pretty privy to it That's countered with a straight left hand. There's that straight left. He's kind of timing it when Lauterbach plants on the kicks. Those are great lead leg to lead leg low kick. Personally, my favorite open stance technique. Kind of circles you away from their power side. You can chop that leg up. It's not particularly conditioned. And good left hand there from Ironside, slipped by Lauterbach. Nice little shovel uppercut there from Lauterbach. Watch, you'll see him dig that left. Ooh, that's one thing you can beat southpaws up with. If you can switch your stance and fight southpaw comfortably, they're just not used to that rear leg to lead leg low kick, as the orthodox fighters often are. Man, that's 3 in a row. He can't take them anymore, and Lauterbach knows it. Oh, man, this little skip knee into a right hook. Right on the orbital. Ironside eats the punch well, though. Man, I think Lauterbach should go back to that southpaw stance and just start hacking that lead leg up. Nice jump kick, meets the mark. Ironside in on a single. Lauterbach gets out of there with a quickness.
Man, a relentless attack here from Andrew Lauterbach here in the second round.
Oof, now he's attacking the other side of that leg. Oh, man, I mean, that's 6 just strong low kicks. He'll feel them now. I mean, you're like, oh, you'll feel it tomorrow. Those, look, that quantity, you'll feel now.
Yeah, and that foot feels extremely heavy. It's amazing how heavy the toes get, and it almost feels like you're dragging your foot when you take a few of those shots. And that's the indication that they're working, is that, oh, man.
Nice, good left hand there from Ironside. Man, what a round.
Wow.
What a round.
Man, that last 30 seconds of that round was awesome.
I'll tell you, I think the real highlight of round 2 was that low kicking arsenal from Lauterbach. When he was in the orthodox stance, it was that lead leg to lead leg, and then he would switch southpaw. Pretty, you know, not that consistently. He was only in that stance for maybe 30 seconds, but he rifled off 3 just power, classic rear leg to lead leg low kicks.
Yeah, and you can kind of see when they start to take, when the damage starts to happen, when they start to have an effect, you kind of leave it up a half a second longer.
Yeah.
So to kind of get the feeling back before you put it down on the ground. And we saw that there from Owens right there at the end. He did not want to put that back down, but had to, because Lauterbach was right back in his face.
All right, round 3. Man, round 2 really lived up to a lot of the hype on this fight. Some experienced amateurs here coming into round 3. It's been all action so far. Nice, good little exiting lead hook there from Lauterbach. But a good bit of volume right before. The straight punches of Ironside are starting to, you know, really give him some good moments. Oh, both guys exchanging hooks as they exit.
Oh.
Nice 3-punch combo. Nukes a double leg. Successful. Has some back exposure. Lauterbach's looking to get his feet, but Ironside's got both hooks in. Lauterbach with a very...
Man, and that just takes the wind out of you whenever you're getting on someone's back, you're about to lock it up, and they time that reversal, and now you're on the bottom fighting for your life.
Yeah, man, and that was a really well-timed, explosive double leg to back exposure to full back take, but man, Lauterbach just shows, you know, why he's the prospect he is, because that was masterfully countered. Looking to hit some good left hand ground and pound here. Oh, knee to the body, and another one.
Wow. What a fight.
That was awesome. That was 9 good minutes of super experience from these guys. I mean, the #1 criteria in MMA is damage. And I think Lauterbach did the damage in all 3 rounds. Excellent showing there from Ironside, another new face here in Fury. I don't know how he ate those kicks and just continued to fire back.
Man, he did it though, and landed some really effective shots there in the 3rd round. Just kept coming, and you know, again, he's feeling that right now. You can kind of tell that he's feeling those leg kicks, but I think that's a pretty clear Lauterbach fight. You know, I can't say Owen didn't take a round, but and Lauterbach with a impressive performance there against a very tough Stephen Owens. What a fight. Alex stepped away from the table really quick, but thinking, Alex, did you get some news from Eric Garcia?
So, I mean, kind of, yeah. So our featured professional prelim, Dustin Smith versus the black belt, you know, Supremo, Lucas Valente, is actually now on the main card. They are the opening bout on the main card. All right, we have the decision. Let's hear who the judges thought won this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by sheathunderwear.com. With scores of 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27, your winner by unanimous decision, Andrew Lauterbach.
Man, what a fight. I would not be shocked to see those 2 guys going at it again as pros in the very near future. What a fight.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, we have our featured prelim amateur championship out.